XRP holders, listen up. In this video, we're going to talk about the 11 treasuries that hold XRP. Also, we're going to talk about the Fed Skinny Master Account and what kind of impact will that have on Ripple, XRP, and RLUSD. Then lastly, we're going to wrap it up with the FI9 conference that is happening October 27th through the 30th in Saudi Arabia. We have big players like Larry Fink from BlackRock, State Street, JP Morgan. The list keeps going. You don't want to miss it. It will have an impact on your investments as a retail investor. Don't go anywhere. Let's dive on in. Okay, so we talked about the 11 treasuries that are holding XRP. So let's go ahead and take a look at that post. This post comes from Bank XRP. You'll see right here on your screen that there are 11 XRP treasury companies as of now. We have Evernorth looking to get $1 billion worth of XRP that's going to be deployed on the Flare network, which if you don't know about the Flare network, that is a token to check out. Then Trident for $500 million, Weebus at $300 million, VivoPower for $121 million, and the list keeps going on. But when you add all this together, that comes to $2 billion worth of XRP in Treasury alone, just from those 11 companies. So when you hear people say XRP isn't going anywhere, it's trash, it's just a big scam, why would these massive companies be setting aside treasuries of a massive amounts of $1 billion, $500 million, $300 million, $120 million, adding up to a total of $2 billion if they didn't believe XRP was going to go anywhere? So if they're investing in it, why wouldn't you invest in it? Now, it's not financial advice, but that is a good question to ask because you can see all around you where adoption for XRP is happening, and it's happening at a mass scale, and it's happening rapidly. So let's keep going, and let's talk about the Fed Skinny Master Account and what kind of impact will that have on Ripple XRP. So right here from BN Crypto, this came out on October 21st, 2025. Let's read a little bit more about it. As you'll see on your screen, Fed Skinny Master Account proposal could benefit Ripple's RLUSD and XRP integration. Let's roll down and read the highlights. We had the Fed propose a new Skinny Master Account giving legally eligible fintechs and stablecoin issuers limited direct access to U.S. payment rails. Ripple could benefit as it seeks to integrate its RLUSD stablecoin and XRP liquidity network with traditional banking infrastructure. This move could bridge blockchain payments and Fed system, reducing Ripple's reliance on intermediary banks. The Federal Reserve's new proposal for a Skinny Master Account could reshape how fintechs, stablecoin issuers, and crypto-focused banks access the U.S. financial system, with Ripple standing to benefit significantly. Governor Chris Waller announced the plan at the Fed's Payment Innovation Conference. He introduced a limited access account that will allow all legally eligible firms to connect directly to the Fed's payment rails. So this right here comes from Eleanor Tourette. She did post that big news out of the Federal Reserve Payments Innovation Conference this morning. Governor Chris Waller announced the central bank is proposing a new type of limited access master account, or what he calls a skinny master account, for all legally eligible institutions. So the reason why this is big, we need to keep in mind that Ripple has applied for their chartered license to be a bank, but they also applied for their Fed master account as well. So when you see something like this come out, is that not very tailored to somebody like a Ripple? Because Ripple is going to get their bank license, their charter bank license, and they're also going to get their Fed master account license. And when they get these two pieces, now Ripple becomes even more of a valid source for major institutions, because now you have the backing of not only the Fed, but you also will have the backing of the OCC as well, giving them more credibility. So this is going to be huge when we talk about the adoption of XRP, and you already see that unfolding with these 11 treasuries stockpiling XRP as is. Now let's keep going. Let's learn more about the FI9 that's happening in Saudi Arabia, because this is where it's going to get interesting, and I promise you it will have an impact on your investments. So don't click off. We'll go through it pretty quick and give you an idea of what this agenda is and who's going to be there, so you can keep this on your calendar and watch the market as this happens, because this market's going to flow from this big of a meeting or conference, you're going to see some volatility in the market. Next week, probably at the end of this week coming up, you're going to see a lot of green coming up, people pumping their bags. You're going to see a big dump. That's just in my opinion. I could be way off. It is crypto. It's the wild, wild west. So let's keep going to find out more about this. Look on your screen here. It says about the FI9 edition 2025. We're going to read day 1 and day 2. So day 1, day 2 happening the 29th and the 28th. It says FI9 will spotlight global dialogues on the most consequential questions of our time. As an inclusive platform for luminaries in government, business, and technology, FI9 discussions will set the narrative on the future of investment and policy. Day 3, the 30th of October, Investment Day. At FI9 is where deals are made. Delve into the strategy of renowned investment firms and hyper-growth ventures, demo next-gen tech, engage in high-value networking with global founders and LPs, unlike any other investment event in the world. And where I want to point out right there specifically is they say this is where deals are made. But who are going to be making these deals? What kind of businesses, people are going to be at this event? Well, I pulled just some top names that stood out to me. There is a lot of people at this event, so you could definitely check out the link down in my description to learn more if you want to. But I want to give you just the quick highlight of what stood out to me. So check out your screen here. We have JP Morgan CEO. We have CEO and chairman of NASDAQ. We have CEO Standard Chartered Bank, CEO of Citi, CFO of OpenAI, CEO DBS Group, President and CEO of Franklin Templeton, CEO of Barclays. Then we have Ray Dalio. If you don't know who Ray Dalio is, and what are you doing investing? And then we have CEO of HSBC, CEO of Goldman Sachs, President and CEO or CIO, of Alphabet and Google, which Google owns YouTube, by the way. And then we have Lawrence Fink of BlackRock, of course, and then we also have Chairman, CEO of State Street Corporation. So right here, you'll see that these major players are all going to be rubbing elbows together. If you look at the names like Franklin Templeton, JP Morgan, Larry Fink, all these people are all about crypto, and you hear that coming from them directly. So you know this is where big deals are going to be made, and they're going to talk about the future. I do think you're going to see a lot of these spot ETFs come from this after this meeting is done with. But keep in mind, we are rolling right behind this meeting from the 30th, going into Ripple Swell. So on your screen, you'll see that we have Ripple Swell that's going to be happening November 4th and through the 5th in New York. So Ripple Swell's coming up right behind the FI9. All this information, again, like I always say in my videos, they always happen to follow perfectly in line from what Ripple is doing. Big announcements from Ripple, now going into the FI9 meeting with big banks like State Street, BlackRock, Franklin Templeton, Goldman Sachs. I mean, this is going to be a big meeting. And the fact that it's happening in Saudi Arabia, this is a global event. Like I said, there's more people in this I did not highlight. So definitely check out that event, because I promise you, you want to be prepared for this, because there is going to be some massive market manipulation. I usually see this happening the week before and during the week of. It's going to really get crazy. And keep in mind, I believe the FOMC is the 28th of this month as well. So that's where we're seeing Jerome Powell is expected to lower rates even further. So if you add that meeting on top of Powell lowering rates, all I can say is strap in, get ready for November, because it's going to get wild. That's all I have for you on this video. But if you made it this far, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing, leaving a comment down below, sharing it with a friend, because I love to get these videos out to people. And if you don't like it or share it or comment, then it doesn't go anywhere. That's just how it works. I know it's a cliche, I'm sorry, but it'd be very much appreciated if you could. All right, so as always, take care of yourself, take care of the people around you, and become the change you want to see. I'll see you on the next one.